Okay, welcome back to Digital DNA in Glasgow. This is the Glasgow event for Digital DNA. We're in the Upstart Startup Zone. My name is Alastair Cameron, I'm from Starticus, and I am joined by Nick Lang, who is from Changingday. Hopefully I did all that all right. It was like a long introduction.
Yeah, it was close enough.
No, happy days. It is Nick though.
It is Nick.
And
yes.
It is Lang.
It is definitely.
Perfect. Now we need to know more about Changingday. So start with a little bit of a mini pitch. What is Changingday all about?
So what Changingday is doing is we're creating a virtual reality video game for autistic people, specifically for autistic people.
Excellent. That sounds like an amazing place for us to start a conversation, but let's ask, what is the pain point that you're trying to solve with that then? Like, for someone who is autistic, you're creating gamings, why? What's the solution?
An overwhelming proportion of autistic people play games, but games themselves are not designed for autistic people.
Okay.
So there's going to be loud noises, there's going to be action points, there's going to be colours in there that stop autistic people enjoying the game as much as they can.
Yeah.
So we have built our game from the ground up. So the scenarios, the characters, and all of these things are based on what we have discovered that autistic people like and want from a game. We did about a year's research, talking to people about it. So we've covered a lot of ground to get to where we are.
Is that when you say research? I'm guessing it's working with industry, and I'm guessing that there's been some governmental support, obviously, in this as well.
There's government funding support from Scottish Enterprise, principally, which has been very, very welcome. But the actual research has been with autistic people.
Yeah, okay,
so our audience is the actual gamer, the actual autistic gamer.
Excellent. I mean, obviously, the gaming sector is massive anyway, so number one, it's a massive industry. And if we were, say, classifying those with autism as falling under, like, the neurodiverse sector of the population, then we could be arguing this is 1 in 10 that this could impact on. So
that would be... Our audience is, as I say, principally autistic people, of whom there are many. The latest figures from America suggest it's something like 1 in 43, 1 in 44 children are being diagnosed with autism. So it's a worldwide and growing problem.
Yeah, a massive scaling problem, and your solution is something I'm guessing that you're hoping can really impact on that.
It's not a solution to it, obviously, because there's no cure for autism.
For sure,
But what we're trying to do is give a section of the community, a large section of the community, something that's theirs, something we know they enjoy doing, and to give them something that they can enjoy more and to the fullest. And while they're playing our game, they can be themselves.
For sure.
So they can be autistic within the game and just be who they are. There's no time limits, there's no external pressures or expectations of behavior.
Do you see your technology that you're building as a purely a purely gaming solution, or do you see that there's an educational element to this? Do you see that this could be something that you could develop in terms of the educational piece?
There are people already doing the educational thing, and by definition, by educating people, you're asking them to fall into line with society's expectations of how they should behave.
For sure.
We're not doing that. This is purely a game.
Yeah.
It's for them to be autistic, to enable them and support them in being the way they are.
Amazing. Yeah, and absolutely championing that as well, rather than obviously seeing it as something which is an issue. You're basically building something which is for them, which is great. Fantastic. So what comes next? Like, what's your next steps and plans?
Well, we're launching at the end of November, so that will be interesting to see how that goes. We're in the midst of starting to market it and reach out. Beyond that, what we know already is that we're not going to get it right first time. So we're looking to solicit as much feedback as we can from our audience so that we can learn what they like about this game, what they don't like about this game, what they would like in another game, and then we'll start building that other game.
Amazing. So you're quantifying, obviously, the first game. The research you've done, which took a year, I'm guessing, obviously then means that for anyone that gets that game, there's going to be some measurement of how impactful it is on them as well.
Well, we'll be... The one lovely thing about autistic people, although that the communication is one of the things that they struggle with, they're not short of motivation to tell you what they think. So we're anticipating a lot of feedback, not all of which will be positive, but hopefully most of which will be positive. But they will at least be constructive. There won't be any beating about the bush.
Every piece of feedback you get, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, is going to help you, isn't it?
It's all useful.
So, like, what's? Let's give a shout out to the game itself.
It's called BLINNK and the Vacuum of Space.
Sweet.
And the idea of it is it's based in a space station called Norpopolis, where we as the player are arriving as the lab assistant to help BLINNK himself create the ultimate sandwich for their boss, Mr. Norp.
Nice.
But in the sandwich making process, there's a terrible accident, and the Groobs, who are the sort of beings that they use to synthesize the sandwich, escape, and all over the space station you've got to go and gather them up with your vacuum, which is the vacuum of space, of course.
My God, without putting a pun on it, I am absolutely hungry to find out more about this.
Well, it's engaging stuff.
Yeah,
it's engaging stuff, and along the way you will go to various parts of the space station, the dentist, the park, the spaceport, and you will engage with various tasks,
fantastic,
and challenges on the way.
Amazing. So, like, last thing, a bit of a shout out. Like, obviously, where can people find the organisation on social, website address, that kind of stuff?
Changingday VR is our handle on Facebook, Twitter, and so on. The game itself will be launching on Steam and on the Meta Store. And that's where you'll find us.
Excellent. Give us one more shout out for the game name.
BLINNK and the Vacuum of Space.
Excellent. BLINNK and the Vacuum of Space. Look forward to find out more about that, and also sharing it obviously with families and friends as well. Thanks so much for your time today as well,
Pleasure.
Nick.
Pleasure.
Look forward to obviously chatting with you again about this, maybe 3-6 months down the line, and we can find out where you're at. So we'll be back with more Starticus chats at Digital DNA and the Upstart Startup Zone very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.